In 1994, a man quit a high-paying job on Wall Street. He drove across the United States with his wife in a car packed with computers and notebooks. Inside that car, he was writing a business plan for something the world had never seen before. An online bookstore. At the time, the internet was barely known. Most people had never even used email. But that man believed something huge was coming. His name was Jeff Bezos. And the tiny online bookstore he started in a garage would become Amazon, a company worth over $1 trillion. But the journey to building one of the most powerful companies in history was not easy. It was filled with risk, criticism, near bankruptcy, and bold decisions that changed the future of technology. This is the story of how Jeff Bezos built Amazon. Chapter 1. The Curious Kid. Jeff Bezos was born in 1964 in Albuquerque, in the United States. From a very young age, Bezos showed something unusual: curiosity. He loved understanding how things worked. When he was a child, he even took apart his crib using a screwdriver because he wanted to sleep in a real bed. Instead of playing normal games, Bezos spent time inventing gadgets and experimenting with electronics. His grandfather played a huge role in shaping his mindset. During summers, Bezos stayed on his grandfather's ranch. There he learned something powerful: solve problems yourself. If a machine broke, they fixed it. If something didn't exist, they built it. This mindset would later define Bezos' entire business. Philosophy. Chapter 2. A brilliant student. Jeff Bezos quickly became one of the smartest students in school. He loved science, mathematics, and computers. His dream was not just to build a company. His dream was much bigger. He wanted to help humanity move into space. Years later, this dream would lead him to create Blue Origin, his space exploration company. But first, Bezos needed education. He attended Princeton University, one of the most prestigious universities in the world. There he studied computer science and electrical engineering, and he graduated with top honors. At that moment, Bezos had many opportunities, and he chose the fastest path to success: Wall Street. Chapter 3. The Wall Street career. After graduating, Bezos started working in the finance and technology industry. He quickly became known as a brilliant strategist. Eventually, he joined a hedge fund called D.E. Shaw and Company. It was one of the most advanced technology-driven investment firms at the time, and Bezos rose through the ranks incredibly fast. By the age of 30, he had become one of the youngest senior vice presidents in the company. His career was secure. His salary was enormous. His future looked guaranteed. But then something changed everything. Chapter 4. The statistic that changed his life. In 1994, Bezos discovered a statistic that shocked him. Internet usage was growing 2,300% per year. He immediately realized something. The internet was not just a technology. It was going to transform the entire world. He started brainstorming business ideas that could exist online. He created a list of 20 potential internet businesses. But one stood out: books. Why books? Because there were millions of titles available, far more than any physical bookstore could carry. An online store could sell all of them. This idea became the seed of Amazon. Chapter 5. The biggest risk of his life. Jeff Bezos had a decision to make: stay in a safe, high-paying job, or leave everything to start an unknown internet business. He discussed the idea with his boss. Surprisingly, his boss supported him. But Bezos knew something important: opportunities like this appear rarely in life. He used something he called the regret minimization framework. He asked himself one question: when I'm 80 years old, will I regret not trying this? The answer was why yes. So he quit his job. Chapter 6. The garage startup. In 1994, Bezos moved to Seattle. He chose Seattle for one key reason: it had access to major book distributors. Bezos started his company in a garage. His first employees worked at desks made from cheap wooden doors. This became a famous symbol of Amazon's culture. Even today, Amazon uses door desks to represent frugality. The company's original name wasn't even Amazon. It was Cadabra. But Bezos quickly changed it because it sounded too similar to cadaver. Eventually, he chose Amazon, named after the largest river in the world. He wanted his company to become the largest store in the world. Chapter 7. Amazon launches. In 1995, Amazon officially launched as an online bookstore. Something incredible happened. Orders started arriving from all over the United States, then from all over the world. In the first 30 days, Amazon sold books in 45 different countries. The small garage startup had tapped into something huge. People loved the idea of buying books online. And Bezos had a vision: Amazon wouldn't stop at books. Chapter 8. Going public. In 1997, Amazon went public on the stock market. The company raised millions of dollars, but many critics laughed at Bezos. They called Amazon a risky internet experiment. Many investors believed the company would fail. In fact, during the dot-com crash of 2000, hundreds of internet companies collapsed. But Amazon survived, and Bezos kept investing heavily in the future. Chapter 10. Amazon Prime in 2005, Amazon launched one of the most powerful business ideas in history. Amazon Prime for a yearly subscription. Customers received fast free shipping. At first, many analysts believed this was a terrible idea. Shipping costs were extremely expensive. But Bezos knew something. Once customers joined Prime, they would buy more and more from Amazon. And he was right. Today, Amazon Prime has over 200 million members worldwide. Chapter 11. The Cloud Revolution in 2006, Amazon launched something even bigger. Amazon Web Services, also known as AWS. AWS allowed companies to rent computing power online instead of building their own servers. This was revolutionary. Today, AWS powers huge parts of the internet. Major companies rely on it, including companies like Netflix and Airbnb. AWS became one of Amazon's most profitable businesses. Chapter 12. The Kindle Revolution in 2007, Amazon launched the Amazon Kindle. A device that allowed people to read books digitally. Many believed physical books would never be replaced. But the Kindle transformed the publishing industry. Millions of people began reading ebooks, and Amazon became the largest book retailer in the world. Chapter 13. The Bezos leadership style. Jeff Bezos was known as an extremely demanding leader. He expected perfection. Meetings often included intense questions. But Bezos had a clear philosophy. Focus on innovation and long-term thinking. Amazon employees were encouraged to experiment, even if experiments failed, because Bezos believed something important. Failure is the price of innovation. Chapter 14. The trillion-dollar milestone. By 2018, Amazon reached an incredible milestone. It became one of the few companies in history worth over $1 trillion. The small garage bookstore had become a global empire. Amazon now dominates industries including e-commerce, cloud computing, streaming, entertainment, artificial intelligence, logistics, smart home technology. Millions of people depend on Amazon every day. Chapter 15. Bezos steps down in 2021. Bezos made a surprising decision. He stepped down as CEO of Amazon. The new CEO became Andy Jassy, the former leader of AWS. Bezos moved into the role of executive chairman. This allowed him to focus on new ventures, including space exploration. Chapter 16. The future today. Jeff Bezos continues building new innovations. Through Blue Origin, he hopes to expand humanity into space. His long-term vision is enormous. Millions of people living and working in space. And Amazon continues growing. From a garage startup to one of the most powerful companies in human history. To conclude, the story of Jeff Bezos teaches a powerful lesson. The biggest opportunities often look like crazy ideas at first. When Bezos started Amazon, most people didn't believe in online shopping. Today, it's a global industry worth trillions of dollars. All because one man saw the future before everyone else and had the courage to build it.